Okay, here we have the Ecocharger EV Dominator. It's made in Ilfracombe in Devon by a small family farm. They only produce a few and they buy all the components in and construct the bikes in a barn, quite interestingly. Okay, so being electric, of course, there's no engine buried underneath that shell. Instead, there's a motor sat here, which actually looks quite vulnerable to mud and dirt getting inside. It could do with a bit of a guard. And there's 6 batteries in total. So you've got 1 battery up front, 3 sat in the middle of the bike, and 2 at the back. These are still lead acid batteries, the type that you get in a car, but they're deep cycle, which means they've got a longer life than most. As you can see, the front battery is sat on its side, and because it doesn't have liquid electrolyte as such, you don't have to keep an eye on keep topping up with water. Now, as quad bike dashes go, this is fairly standard. You've got brakes either side, as well as a foot brake down on the right hand side in the footwell. I suppose part and parcel of buying component pieces to build these bikes is that you've got this mechanical gear controller here and also a flicker switch here. Okay, so Ecocharger currently only make a 2-wheel drive version of this, although they plan to release a 4-wheel drive model within the next year or so. Being 2-wheel drive, there's just a chain setup, quite like you'd see on your average motorbike, which drives the rear 2 wheels, and there's a disc brake as well at the back. So there's a single shock set up at the rear of the bike, and you might notice it's set quite deep, and that's to accommodate these 2 rear batteries, which take up quite a lot of space themselves. Okay, so like all these things, starting up's a bit of a funny game. You can easily lose where you are in the whole setup. So use your key start, turn the key, wait for the dash to ready itself, prime this switch and flick that. You've also got this mechanical looking high-low selector. It's got, might seem quite confusing, it's got 4 different bays. There's low, high, neutral and reverse. Because this is all bought in, the latter 2 aren't really used. It's mainly to select from high and low. We're off. Well, all in all, we were very, very impressed with this Ecocharger. It's quick, and more importantly, it can put all that torque on the ground, despite only being 2-wheel drive. Slight gripes we have are just the manufacturing wise, it could do with a bit of refinement. There's 2 switches in places where there only need be 1. But generally we really look forward to the 4-wheel drive version coming out, hopefully.